Remember that bird mother in Ice Age 2 who brought up, what about the dinosaurs? Did she just pitch the idea to Blue Sky and Fox to include dinosaurs in the third installment? So we have her to thank for that the third movie exists. Ice Age 3 Dawn of the Dinosaurs, directed by Carlos Sand is the third installment in the Ice Age franchise, as well as the second Ice Age sequel. Now, Dawn of the Dinosaurs tells the story taking place after the events of 2, The Meltdown, where Manny and Ellie are now officially a happily married couple, and Ellie is expecting their first child, though Sis becomes a parent of his own when he unexpectedly stumbles across some T-Rex eggs and brings them home, which justifiably pisses off their mother, who takes her babies and, along with Sid, back to this lost underground world of the dinosaurs, which our Sub-Zero heroes had no idea existed until now. So they go into the deepest depths of the dinosaur world, accompanied by a guide, a weasel buck, voiced by Simon Pegg, Hopper, to rescue Sis. And now, Dawn of the Dinosaurs seems to be favoured as the fan favourite sequel in the Ice Age franchise. This and Continental Drift are the two highest grossing movies in the series. I mean, while this movie did so and so in the US, I mean, overseas, box office takings just skyrocketed. Yes, the concept of bringing dinosaurs into the franchise was inevitably going to be a thing. When you have a prehistoric animated franchise, dinosaurs are the most beloved extinct prehistoric creatures, and any movie with dinosaurs sells. After Manny had that conversation with the bird mother in Ice Age 2, where he's like, the dinosaurs got cocky, they made enemies. We all should have known and predicted that dinosaurs were next to come. As for me, Dawn of the Dinosaurs has always been one of the duds of the franchise. To me, this is the most overrated Ice Age movie. But this was the point in the franchise where I just felt like Blue Sky were just throwing Ice Age out for the money and losing interest in the creative side. But it's still not the worst of the franchise. Hell no, Collision Course is vastly worse. So let's talk about what Dawn of the Dinosaurs gets right. I mean, it is fresh that this is the one sequel to not be focused on a apocalyptic end of the world scenario, and goes for a more simple, family themed story like the first Ice Age, and seeing Manny and Ellie having their daughter Peaches is so freaking sweet, and Peaches, when she's born, is just the most adorable little angel. And of course we'll see her in teenage form in the fourth movie, but in this movie, yeah, she is just the cutest thing. The scratch scenes are some of the most hilarious in the series, especially him finally getting a girlfriend, a Scrassets, yeah, and him having a love crisis where he has to pick either her or the acorn. If I was him, I'd be like, dude, fuck the acorn. I mean, a girl in your life is more important. And of course, Buck is the scene stealer of this movie, and you can see why he's such a fan favorite character. This movie was his grand introduction, and it's still the best that Buck has ever been in the Ice Age franchise. I mean, Collision Course and Adventures of Crap Wild can suck it compared to this. And I never thought Simon Pegg could work as a voice actor in an Ice Age movie, but he excels in the role, and his his Speedy Gonzales voice acting perfectly keeps up with the Speedy Gonzales animation for Buck. It's as if Buck has drunk like 1,000 bottles of Lucozade. I mean, he has no shortage of energy and charisma, and he makes the adventure feel of this movie 10 times more fun. And his backstory with in how he got Rudy's tooth after Rudy took out his eye is pretty epic. And did the soundtrack get me into the groove? Indeed it did, especially the open the dog cane on the floor, everybody want the dinosaur, boom boom chakalaka laka boom boom. When I first came out of the cinema after watching this movie in July 2009, I was jamming that in my head the entire way home. Though here's where I think Dawn of the Dinosaurs is not as good as everybody says. While it is nice to see Sid gets more of the spotlight here, he comes off as pretty unlikable here, despite his good intentions to be a good parent to the three T-Rex babies, who are innocent and naive and cute and all, but the fact is, he stole them from the mother T-Rex. They are her babies. I mean, what mother wouldn't be pissed and just want to eat him for what he did for that? And then he has the audacity to say to her, "Hey, these are my kids." I'm like, no, they're not, buddy. You had your fun with them, but give them back to her now. And plus, he even after Manny tells Sid to not interfere with his playground that he set up for Ellie when the baby arrives, Sid lets the T-Rexes in anyway. I'm like, and of course it doesn't go too well, and the T-Rexes even break the beautiful ornaments of Manny and Ellie and the baby, which Manny put all his heart and soul into. I'm like, Sid, I felt like saying to Sid in that moment, that's it, you're out of the hurt. And even when the mummy dinosaur lets Sid stay with the T-Rex family, he's very controlling and forcing them to eat broccoli and veg when he doesn't realize T-Rexes are predators. Doy, and Diego gets beyond sidelined here. I mean, they don't. He doesn't have anything to do except the fact that he feels old and doesn't feel like he can stay with the herd for much longer. Is that it? That is a non-existent conflict. So thank goodness the fourth movie was able to do more with him, and Eddie and Crash are just annoyed the living shit out of me in this sequel. I mean, and they don't have much to give to the story either. They just spend most of the runtime fanboying over Buck and their joke about sometimes I wet your bed. Oh, just stop. Oh. And that's another thing. Some of the rude and crude humor in this movie is just forced and dirty, like Sid thinking the beaver mum is pregnant just because she looks overweight, and Sid going, "It's a boy," when he sees Peach's tail. So he thought that was Peach's penis or something. Gross. But the grossest thing of all is when he grabs the bull's dick trying to milk him, and then he's like, "I thought you were a female." Sid the Sloth, you fucking pervert. You'd better wash your hands out with soap after touching that. And and the world of the dinosaurs, I mean, sure, it's you would think it would be the most breathtaking place for a family adventure like this, but they never explain how these group of dinosaurs survived the meteorite that's annihilated them all those millions of years ago. I mean, but by the time mammoths existed, dinosaurs were long extinct. Had there been an explanation to how these dinosaurs were still around then I think paleontologists would have given this movie more of a pass. But they are not going to agree with this movie's decisions whatsoever. And Rudy is a perfectly okay-ish antagonist. While I do think the build up to him is done rather well, and how he's an even bigger and more imposing dinosaur than Mummy Dinosaur, but he does not show up or interact with our characters until literally the very end of the movie. And could the movie had fixed some of its pacing in the middle act, you bet. I mean, aside from the jungle of mystery with the plants that can devour you, the casking of death, and the plates of woe scenes, most of the scenes in the dinosaur world are dragged. Tarzan. The TV show The Legend of Tarzan had a underground world of dinosaurs, and that was way more epic. So overall, Dawn of the Dinosaurs is not nearly as good as it sets out to be, but it's a perfectly alright third chapter in the Ice Age saga.
I give Ice Age 3 Dawn of the Dinosaurs 2 stars out of 5. Meh movie.
So yeah, you would have thought they would have laid the franchise to rest after a trilogy, but no, there's always another Ice Age. So there's inevitably going to be a fourth after this movie's box office success. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And what are your thoughts on Dawn of the Dinosaurs? Are you with the majority and hold it as high regard as the best Ice Age sequel, or are you with me and nah, it's not that great? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow on Twitter and on Instagram, and I'll see you next time when I do my most controversial Ice Age review, period. A review which you are not going to like my opinion on: Ice Age 4 Continental Drift. And remember, movies are us. Bye guys.